Welcome back to the Evolv Podcast. I'm Rhiannon.
And I'm your better host, Brendan.
All right, we'll leave it at that. But for now, pretty much what this podcast is all about is self-development, health and fitness, and our journey starting as brand new business owners.
Let's go. Make sure that you share this around because I'm telling you right now, this is the best podcast you've ever seen.
Enjoy, guys. Ciao.
Yeah, no,
Oh my God, that was the biggest.
bro, this is a fucking wig out, man.
It's weird, eh?
It's a full wig out.
Yeah.
But you feel locked in. Like all you can think about right now is just a conversation. That's what I like about it.
I liked how you guys rolled through with it straight away. I didn't even realize you guys started.
What do you mean? We haven't started yet.
Oh, what?
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
The thing is with these things, and part of the reason we wanted to get you on was to get a bit of an idea of the mind behind leaving a big job or leaving a secure job to push yourself to your goal, which is essentially running your own little studio, your own little workshop, what do you want to call it, a barbershop at the end of the day. With making that step, at what point in your journey of being a barber did you say, okay, I actually have to make this next step now?
I think what pushed it was it was getting flooded. I was getting cooked with so many cuts. Like I was doing my job I was keeping clients. My job was to keep clients at the shop, give them a good cut, first cut, and then make sure they came back for the next one. And that I did a good job at that. And my boss said I did a mad job at that I kept bringing people. Some people wanted to come to my house. I said I couldn't do it. I was working 9:30. I was full time, 9:30 to 6:30, and then I'd go home 7 to 11, pretty much every day, 4 or 5 days a week at least. And then it was just getting too flooded. And I was like, look, I have a spot at home that I already cut. My parents are happy to, build something for me later. I'm still in the same spot, but I was like, yeah, it's time to move. I cut my hours in half, went from like 65 to 35, and I'm making a lot more money now, which is sick.
Do you feel like a lot more secure?
Yeah, a lot more secure. Look, it's stressful, like leaving because everything's on you. You pay your own super. Yeah. Even yesterday, I got a call from my missus, and she's like, "Oh, what are we doing for these public holidays?" And that I'm like, "Oh shit, I am the one that has to go on this app and take it off. Otherwise, people start booking in. So you're on your own kind of schedule, your own boss. So it is stressful, but it's good.
Yeah, you can't really tell your boss, hey, I'm taking off Anzac Day. I'm taking off this day, which would be easy because in your mind you're like, okay, it's definitely not booked out for those days. But right now you're like, shit, I've got to go into my calendar. I've got to block out those times. I've got to post an Instagram post on my story and say, hey, I'm away on this week. Fuck off.
That's
You got a lot more control of your schedule now that you're doing your own thing.
Do you like that?
It's very good. I love it. I'm only week 5 now. I left the shop like first week of March. So I'm week 5 by myself, but it's going like really, really well.
Week 5?
Yeah.
So really fresh.
Yeah, I feel like it's proper fresh. Like I haven't even had a full
week
client.
yet.
Yeah, like my full clientele come through.
Yeah.
I reckon my clientele's pushed like 160 people now, like which is really good.
160?
160, I reckon, yeah.
5 weeks and you've got 160 clients.
No,
as in like total. Like
yeah, it's 160 clients total, but that's built over like 4 years of me cutting hair.
Yeah.
Come on, bro, that's big.
Yeah, it's
You got to give yourself credit for that.
Yeah, come on, that's a huge number.
Boys, we got to push further, man. I'm lazy as, man. Come on.
Yeah, but 160 clients is a lot. That's
it's really
think
good.
about this.
I'm happy.
A new barber that's probably going to watch this podcast is going to watch it and be like, in 5 weeks, can I get 160 clients? How are they going to get those 160 clients? You built that over 4 years of working for someone, building these relationships with them. Enough of a relationship that person decided, hey, I'm not going to go to the shop anymore. I'm going to go see Luke on the side. They're not really, they're not saving a lot of money by doing that. They actually liked you enough to go and drive a different distance, right?
Yeah, correct. It does help that my shop is like 10-minute walk from my home, which is where I'm cutting now.
Which works out because that clientele comes straight to you.
Yeah. It's good. Like obviously at the start I tried not to contact because I didn't want to like disrespect the shop.
Yeah.
So I didn't really contact. I waited for them to contact me and then
oh, that's clean.
Yeah. So I waited for them to contact me and then I was like, yeah, look, this is what I'm doing. And they're like, oh, can I come? And I was like, yeah, of course. Sure.
Why do
You should
feel,
put it. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Why do you feel you're lazy though? 160 clients, 5 weeks, 4 years of
That
being a
doesn't sound-
barber.
it
Doesn't sound lazy to me, mate.
Stop finishing my sentences. man.
Sorry.
It's not the work, boys. It's the other stuff besides the work. Yeah, I can grind, but I can do 70 hours a week, just cut hair non-stop. Like I can do that, but it's the other stuff. It's the gym. It's the eating right. It's the keeping hydrated, relationships with my parents, my missus, God, like fixing all that. I'm lazy in that sense. But yeah, trying to improve that stuff.
Yeah, but you can't focus on 10,000 things at once.
I try to, man.
You know, when you're a business owner, you're doing marketing, you're doing the cutting, you're trying to get people in the door, you're doing all these things. That becomes a lot of work in your life because your mind's always racing in those aspects of your life. It pulls you away from other aspects of your life, sort of like training and building those relationships with your family, with your friends, with your missus, stuff like that. And you've got to come to a point where you're like, okay, my business is at this stage. I've got to kick back a little bit so then I can still focus on those other things. And Reece says it all the time, and you can go off now and do your 5 freaking thing.
Oh, let's roast Ree on the podcast. Fuck it.
No,
I know. I always say that it's good to have 5 priorities because any more, you're double handling. So I always say 5. So I say myself, my family, my faith, my friends, and myself is like gym, for instance. But focusing on something and narrowing
where's
it
the
down.
career in that?
Oh, sorry. That was the 5th one. Career. Sorry, I went back to myself. See, because that's how much of a priority myself is. So I go back to, career as well. So career, family, faith, friends, and yourself. Narrowing it down, you don't overwhelm yourself too much. It just gives you a little bit more of a tunnel vision. And you just go, okay, cool. I don't have to worry about too much. I know I've got to focus on my career. It's my job. I've got to focus on my family, my friends. They're my family and friends. My health is number 1 as well. Got to go train. And then at the end of the day, you just continue on focusing on those 5 things. Now they may not be in that order of yourself, friends, family, all that stuff, but you can adjust them as you need. And that's when you find your path, your balance. And the thing is, like Jeff Bezos said, it's not work-life balance, it's work-life harmony. And making everything feel like a symphony instead of being a rock band is a lot more
Like
enjoyable.
an orchestra?
Yeah, like that's what a symphony. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go like that. Oh yeah. Okay.
No, I'm just trying to understand.
A symphony is like an orchestra. Yes.
Yeah, I'd never heard that before.
A symphony.
Yeah.
I just wanna be part of your symphony.
Oh yes, I know that song.
So there's some context to what a symphony is.
Okay, yes.
It's a group of people that play music.
Yeah, but basically what I've always taken from that thing, because I love it, the 5 priorities, is throughout life, those 5 priorities, you're going to have an order for them in a way where one is going to be slightly higher than the last one, right? Your 5th priority won't be focused on as much as your number 1 priority because you can't do 10 things at once. You can't be in 2 places at once, right? If you're working 12-hour days, then you can't spend, another 12 hours doing something else because you've got to sleep, right? So you got to factor in the fact that at some points of your life, maybe your career is going to take more of a priority and the other things are going to be less focused on. But in terms of focusing on those 5 priorities, you need to somehow include them into your week where hey, I'm still focusing on my training. Maybe it's a little bit less for the next 3 months because I'm trying to gain another 160 clients. Or I'm trying to focus on my family relationships. Start going out to dinner with them. Means you'll do less cuts in those days. You know what I mean? And trying to really balance it out. What does it look like for you right now?
Well, to improve, like what you boys are talking about, prioritizing the certain stuff, I'm just journaling, writing down, all right, this is what I need to do for the gym. This is what I need to do every day. All right, 1 prayer, read the Bible, see the missus. And that's how I'm trying to balance everything, which is working actually, I wouldn't even give a progress mark because it's only week 5. I want to see 3 months of proper progress to actually reflect and look back on. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So do you really hone in on journaling? How long have you been doing it for? Just 5 weeks?
5 weeks, that's it. So when I left the shop, I was like, all right, now what I need to do. And I follow this one guy, his name's Zidane. He's just an influencer, and I full sign up to.
What, the soccer player?
Nah, he's not a soccer
Oh,
player.
wow. I
He's
didn't see that one coming. Fuck.
he's like, he used to be a barber. Now he's doing social media and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he explained his journey.
He just explains his journey. He's nothing special. He says the most basic shit, but
You gain something.
yeah, like I look at his shit and he talks to me like I actually like, what's the word?
Resonate from it.
Resonate from his videos,
teachings, like what
exactly,
he does.
everything. Yeah. So I'm journaling on his. So I have like a classroom basically because it's on that school app.
Yep.
So it's like a
Oh,
classroom.
Alex Mosey's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SKOL, that school
Yeah.
thing. So it's on that. I pull my book out and I just do lessons on whatever he's got there.
Oh, cool.
Workouts as well. I follow. He does a lot of calisthenics and then in gym and calisthenics kind of together.
How are you finding that?
I'm
Learning from that.
slacking a little bit, but like it's good. Like he does.
1% better every day, my
Yeah,
friend.
pretty much. It's just I'm just trying to keep consistent now.
Yeah.
Like that. Just as I said, the water. I want to drink a lot of water, a lot more.
Mm.
I have like a box. It's like creatine, water, gym, swim or football, and then see the missus.
Yeah.
That's like the daily kind of thing.
Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if friends are interested, share it around. Like just from an outsider point of view, because you obviously watch our stuff, what is it that you'd like to see more of?
I think what you're talking about now, so like looking at people starting their own business and that. But I know you do like fitness, so you're gonna have to kind of do it on fitness, right?
Yeah, but the Evolv is like a bit
Just
different.
chat shit.
It's just chat
different.
about
Yeah.
whatever.
It's different. We focus on business, self-development, and health fitness.
Which is, self-development and business is a main thing that I thought would be mad. Like, and a lot of people as well. Like I told them, I'm going to do a podcast today. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck's the podcast?
Yeah.
Show them like a couple of snips.
Yeah.
And they're like,
It's
oh,
a bit random.
Yeah. I was like, what are they going to ask you? And I was like, well, they're probably going to ask me on
Your business and
transitioning,
everything.
from the barbershop and all that. But I reckon that's like a good
Yeah.
thing for you boys to do.
Business
Yeah,
and
100%.
self-development.
100%. Taking the risk, like sending it. I mean, I'm very lucky to be in my situation. Not many people can leave their job and go to their house, have no overheads, and do what your brother does. And that there's one kid at my shop, my ex shop, that he's got a massive clientele. He's got the same, if not more, and he can't go anywhere. His parents, they're Aussie, like not saying they're bad, but like
Yeah.
they're more like,
He
oh,
doesn't
pay
have the
rent.
same opportunity.
Yeah, exactly right. And I was like, I feel bad for him. And also the other kid as well. Like they're both in the same situation. The guy's in an apartment. They can't take people home. Their family don't want random people coming to their house, like showing up. Yesterday I had families, mums, kids rocking up, and my parents are rocking up, and now somehow they know each other.
That's the best way to grow your clientele because you're bringing them into your family,
Your
your
world
home.
and everything.
And like I want to say big thanks to my parents for that, because not many parents would want randoms every day, every half hour they're coming in. They're coming in groups of 8. They're coming in groups of 3. Like it's good,
Yeah, 100%. What made you become a barber in the first?
bro.
Yes.
Well, mate, that's a good question. And I was going to random shops getting butchered in Hurstville. Everyone was getting butchered.
What, you
back
were
in the day.
butchering cuts?
No. I was getting butchered. Like I was going to get haircuts in Hurstville. In the Westfields, they butcher you proper, but
Oh, so you were getting butchered.
I was
Yeah,
getting
it was,
butchered,
yeah.
yeah. But then I found this one guy.
When was this?
When was this? About 5-6 years ago, I reckon.
Okay,
Yeah. Maybe even like 7. And then 6 years pass. I find my barber. He's good. He leaves. Before he left, he gave me a set of guards, 2 guards that you need to fade, which is a 1.5 and a half. Irrelevant. But he gave me them. And then I was like, because I was telling him like, oh, like I look, I want to cut hair. Like it looks fun, this and that. He's like, yeah, I'll take this, which is what I need because you need to buy that kind of stuff. And then
Oh, so he gave you like a bit of a starter kit.
yeah, this guy like basically kind of started, not started because he only gave me 2 guards, but I was like, oh, now I have these 2, and then all I need is to buy the clipper. It comes with the guards.
Yeah.
Combine it, now I can cut hair.
Gave you that little motivation.
Correct. And I thought it was easy. Like you'd see it online, you'd see these fades, and you're like,
Looks all right. Looks pretty easy.
yeah, like why can't I go to the barber and get the same fucking fade as this one on the phone? So I was like, let me have a go. So I had no money at the time. I had $200. I had 2 mates, 2 really good close to me, Zach and Luca. And then I said to him, hey boys, can you help me out? I need $200 from both of yous. I'll give you 35 haircuts. I can't remember what it was, for free. And they're like, sweet. So they paid me. I had $600, bought my total kit, and then I just started cutting, giving
That's
them free
mad.
haircuts,
Wow. There you
trialing.
go.
Yeah, and it was mad. And then
That was a business move from the start.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was.
So you had the mentality prior to starting this.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have the business mentality yet, kind of, but like, yeah.
You made a deal before you even became a barber.
Yeah, kind of. I don't really see I don't know. I don't really see that as like a proper business thing, but I wanted to do it and that was quick to do it. You know what I mean? And I was working at.
You traded your skill for the money that you needed to start your business.
Yeah. And I had no money, man. I was living like paycheck to paycheck kind of thing. So,
man, that's inspiring.
Yeah, I did the 30 cuts and then I was really close.
Is that 30 cuts each?
That was 30 cuts each, yeah.
Shit, 60 cuts.
60 cuts, yeah. But like it was, they got
But they would have been doing weekly, right?
It wasn't weekly.
Oh, no.
Nah. But like
that was spanning a year,
the
right?
startup, yeah, it was like a year. Like there's a startup, you know, you do your first 3 months, you still got no clue in the first 3 months, 6 months, you got no clue still, you're just trialing.
Yeah, so not only did you get the equipment that you needed to start cutting, but you also were able to develop those skills by cutting someone.
Correct, because that's what you need to do. You can't just, the way you cut is you just practice and you butcher for a year until you like half decent and then people start paying you and then pay you $10 a cut, they pay you $15.
Yeah.
And you just work your way up now.
Then progressively goes up.
Correct.
Yeah. It's like a little scalable system.
Correct. And then haircuts now, they're skyrocketing through the roof. You go to a shop, it's $50 flat. So,
yeah.
You know.
And home cuts are getting more expensive as well because of that private setting.
Correct, yeah. I try to keep under the shop because it's a win-win. I get the money straight to me.
Yeah.
The customer gets something a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Than a shop.
But then that's also going to change as you start progressing your business as well, though, because eventually you hit a cap where you're doing too many cuts a week. Then what are you going to do?
Well, if you're hitting too many cuts a week, then you got to up your price.
Yep.
Cut the amount of people. You know, you're doing 12 a week. It's $40. Up it to 50. You might get 8 people that week.
Yeah.
It's still going to grow and grow and grow. And the 8 becomes 12, and you get 12 at $50. You go $60. Drops back down.
Yes,
So forth.
exactly.
But
yeah.
Climb the little ladder.
that's it, man. Slowly by slowly. 4 years in the progress. It's going really well. But
That's how it starts. It starts with a dream.
what about you boys, man? Tell me about your startup for Dynamic Recover.
Dynamic Recover.
Far out.
Oh, that's a story. We told it a few times on the podcast, but
I know there was another third person involved, but
yes.
Yeah. It was
So at the start, me and Ray just became friends not long before we started the business. So it was a funny story. We did this thing where we were like in each other's lives, out of each other's lives. He got a missus, fucked me off for a bit.
fucked me off for a bit.
how many years ago is this like?
This is
Like
like
six.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we were just like yo-yoing, like knowing of each other, but never really seeing each other or hanging out that much. Then it was like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 now,
Yeah, coming
when
up
we
to
started becoming really close. We were both PTs at the time. He was working for your chain commercial gyms and one-on-one PT gyms like Vision and group training gyms. And I was already starting my own business where I was doing mobile PT, like face-to-face. And he was getting sick of working for other people and working in those chain gyms. So then I sat him down and I was like, why don't we just start a business together?
It's good, man.
Because we were spending because PTs have their break in the middle of the day. Because we do early mornings, have a break, then do afternoons. Similar to cutting, I'd assume, right?
Yeah, you can kind
Depending.
of pick whatever you want, but yeah, you can do it like that.
Sort of like that. And then we would spend that lunchtime period either in his garage or at my house, just chilling, whatever. And there was this one moment where Ray was sick of his job as a PT. So I just called this random person and I was like, here you go, Ray. Here's a client. And it was just a random call and he's still seeing him now. So
Yeah. Fuck, it was a whirlwind. It was something that I
just threw him in the deep end.
yeah, whenever you start a job, you're always like, I want to run my own business one day. And you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I'll run my business one day. One day turns into 1 year and then 1 year turns into 4. Anyway, I got to the point where I was sitting down with him and he brought it up. He's like, let's start a business. I came up with a name. We both were like, fuck it, let's just do it. And then
I feel like you have to have that mentality a little bit.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
People
how
are
they
going to
hit a
talk
point.
as well. They're going to say,
Yeah.
oh, well, these boys, Ray and Brendan, are going to start a Dynamic Recover. What's that? It's dead, this and that.
Yeah.
And then you just grow it. And then people look at it and then you just keep growing and then you don't look back at it, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's the hard part is in the first 2 years a business fails, or 90% of businesses fail in the first 2 years.
And we're still going 2 years in.
Yeah, we're 1 year into the podcast, so like the 2 year mark's coming up.
That's good. What was the time you started the pod?
18th of April.
18th of April. So
8 days away.
Yeah,
8 days.
It's very close.
So we're there.
Oh, when your podcast comes out, it will be like probably 5 days.
Yeah.
Or you do it like in like 3 days, you edit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
That's
your
very
podcast
fast.
will come out on next Friday.
Shit. I thought you'd be backlogging. Like this would release like a couple months later.
So we go through periods where we record a lot of, we do
big weeks where we record like 4
5
podcasts in the 1 week.
and then we'll
we're
have a backlog. But we've gone through a period in the past where we haven't booked a few podcasts in a while, and then we just get 10 guests in the span of 3 weeks.
It's pretty cooked.
That's good.
Especially running the business as well. Like we've gone, like this is obviously our side thing. This is not something we make any money from or do any, this is just something we enjoy doing. Talking to people, asking them about their lives, asking them about why
Their
they
business
decided,
ventures
their business ventures, why they started, what they're starting now, getting a bit of a deeper understanding for people like your age. Your friends will be watching this and being like, okay, what's this guy going to talk about?
Correct, bro. That's what they're asking me when they're like, where are you going?
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
What are you going to talk about with them? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Rock up, just wing it.
100%.
And that's what it's all about, though. Being authentic, telling people your story, because all we want to hear and all the guests want to hear is your story. What made you want to start a business? Because a lot of people that watch podcasts, it's about self-development. Anyone that watches our podcast is probably people that are thinking or have a business or want to learn about why entrepreneurs start their journey. And that's kind of what we tap into a lot, you know, and I feel like you have a big story to tell. You're only 5 weeks in, but there was a reason why you decided to shift from working for someone to starting your own thing. It's not a transition everyone makes. You know, the amount of business owners in the world is pretty small. You know, you decided to take that leap, take that thing that not many people do.
I think it's the right leap. I think most people should start their own business. Like you can't be working for someone your whole life. Like the freedom, the freedom that I have now working for myself, choosing my own hours it's something that not many people can have. Can say that they've got. And like, bro, I'm waking up earlier than what I was when I had a job, pumping out, you know, food, gym, this and that, and I'm loving it. Like it's so good.
See, like that mentality. That's why people do what they do, and they make that leap.
And that's what inspires people.
Yeah. I started at 9:30. 9:30 is a late time. I was waking up at 9:15. My shop was a
Down the
minute
road.
30 up the road. Drive there, start work at 9:30, come home, and grind haircuts, go to bed. Like that was my life.
Yeah.
Working more hours. I'm working half the amount of hours. I'm getting up earlier. I'm being way more productive. Like it's the way to go, 100%.
And your productivity levels increased, you believe?
Yeah, 100%. Again, it's only
Well,
week
he's
5,
journaling
but
now,
we're
so-
good. Huh?
You're journaling.
Yeah, it's good. I was doing like, not journaling, but I had my income, my spendings in a book.
Oh,
where
so
I
you're
was-
doing budgets as well?
budgets as well. I'm trying to just do everything, just learn. I'm trying to learn about Costa Zaha, a bit of financial stuff. That guy's got a financial brain that's good.
Yeah. We had him on the podcast.
I did. I saw the video.
Oh, you saw that one?
Bro, his hair was cooked in it. I was like, oh man, I have to make sure my hair looks like all right today, bro. I was like, bro, they're gonna ask.
Yeah, your hair has to be good because you're a barber, right?
Bro, I used to rock up to work with bad hair, bro. Like,
Oh, did you?
and I'll be like, I jump on my chair.
Well, waking up 15 minutes before, it's going to do that, right?
Correct, yeah. And that was disgusting. That was a chat feeling getting up. I was like, when am I going to start? And I was that guy that said, okay, no, I'm going to start when I do this. I'm going to start getting up early when I leave.
It's like, oh, I'll start Monday.
I'll start Monday, correct, yes. But when 2 weeks out of me actually leaving the shop, I told myself, I was like, I had a day off. And I was like, in 2 weeks, I'm gone. I'm not going to be under my boss anymore. What would I be doing right now in this day? And then for those 2 weeks, I set up like a plan for these 5 weeks that I've done, which is journal, read, you know, what I've just
You set up that whole structure.
Yeah, I set up like what I should be doing through the day to keep myself
accountable and keep yourself growing.
Because you get bored. It's a lonely road. Like that's a thing that not many people know. Like I've left the shop. I don't talk to my employees anymore. You know, you're talking to no one. Yeah, I talk to people 20 people a day, whatever it is, but it's not the same relationship because you only see them for half an hour and that's it, and then go get the next person. So it's lonely, man. Like sometimes I get up, I'm like, what should I do? I'll go to the park, play a bit of Poulton, a bit of soccer, and go to the gym. But it's a bit lonely.
That's also another reason why people don't start businesses as well, because it does get lonely. You go from working for someone with 50 friends that you would call your colleagues, that you would see all the time. For you, it was like, how many barbers were in the shop?
It was like 5.
Yeah,
5.
so you had a community to always rock up to. There was always someone there. It was, okay.
You might not be friends with them outside of the job, and maybe you were, but sometimes just having that person that you could talk to about your job sometimes was really good.
It's mad, bro. I still keep in contact with the boys because I like to keep my bridges. That's why I have this 160 people now. I never cut no one off. I never neglected no one. I don't want to cut their hair. Like I'd always keep them, man, because again, networking, you always want to keep your circle big. I mean, not really. Some people want to keep their circle small, but yeah, like this morning, I came a bit later today, I went to jiu-jitsu. I've never done jiu-jitsu in my life. The boys at the shop, they're like, oh, we're going to go down.
Yeah.
We're going to do a grapple, a bit of a roll. And I was like, yeah, all right, come down. And that was the whole shop, diamond cuts. So
No way.
yeah, so I still keep
So
in
you guys
contact.
did a roll together.
Did a roll today. Yeah. They said oh, let's go for a roll or something. I don't know what it is.
How'd you go?
He does it.
How did I go, bro? It was fun as. It
Yeah.
was sick. Like I expected to rock up and there was going to be like a whole class there and you just join in, like us 6 boys joined in.
Yeah.
But we rocked up and it was like just the trainer there because he gets haircuts at our shop. So
Oh,
it was
no
like
way.
a private class kind of thing. So
That's sick.
it was fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
It was good.
You probably just got a free haircut that week.
No, we paid him, but yeah, he's gonna get a free haircut regardless because his sessions that take up are a lot expensive. Like they're a lot more
Of
than
course.
what
Yeah, like
we
a
were
private
paying.
class like that.
It's
yeah.
like 120 an hour or something for
Oh,
each person.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be eventually your cut rate, right?
Fuck, I don't know about that, man. Again, I'm like a people's person. I'm not a HH Barber's 250 a cut. I'm like, I want to have a good chat with Ree. I want to have a good chat with Brand. How you doing? How's your brothers? How's your cousin? This and that.
Yeah.
What's going on? Like, I like that chat and that connection better with my clients and charge them, just below shop rate. Even maybe just get to shop rate and that's it. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't go.
You
further,
wouldn't go.
I think. Yeah.
What's the environment you want to create for potential future clients?
Like at the space.
Yeah, like what's the vibe you want people coming in? Like,
I just want it to be a good chat. Like this podcast, man, you rock up and it's just a chat, a catch up on the last time I cut your hair and what do you do? I do that every day, I got one guy coming, he's getting married next week. Another guy's having like a set of twin girls. Like I just chat about that, chat about their life. They like it. Yeah. I get satisfaction from the haircut and I'm like involved in their life kind of thing now, not again, but people tell their barber, like your brother would tell you, like they tell your barber some random shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like one of them's like, oh yeah, I'm proposing to my missus tomorrow. And I'm like, oh yeah, who have you told? He's like, just you. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Just me,
the
mate?
big conversations.
Yeah, no,
in a way.
there's questions that I ask
Just
and I'm
you.
like, bro, what do you mean just me? Like, your mom, your dad, your sister, like, no. But
I wanted to go back to 2 weeks before you left. Where did you learn to self-improve? At what point? And were there books or something that you read that made you think like that?
So I haven't read any books, still trying to learn books and financial books and that, but it was that Zidane guy.
Yeah.
So I've been watching him since like November, October. Yeah. And he was like the main reason. So I just clicked his videos and watched him and it was an inspiration. And he would, he'd say, oh, fix your morning, fix your day, do this in the morning, drink water, like stay active, go for a cold plunge. I did this. He went to like fucking Turkey or some shit, lived there, went to LA and started doing all this other stuff. And that was like the main push of like, all right, I relate to this guy. He's telling me to do, he's not telling me, but he's saying like, oh, you should be doing this certain stuff. And then I just wrote it down and still going. Like I'm not fully there yet, but yeah.
It's all a process.
It is all a process.
Can't put too much pressure on yourself, especially when you're inspired by someone and they look like they're giving you the perfect roadmap to success.
That's what it sounds like.
It's what it sounds like. It's what it looks like, and you follow it, and you're like, oh, but I didn't do what he did. You put stress on yourself. Do you understand that you may do that sometimes? And
100%, I do that all the time. I don't even look back on those 160 clients and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I've done a good job.
Doing well.
Like I know it's good, but I'm still tunnel vision to go different directions and learn this and focus on our relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another entrepreneurial trait, though, that you never think that you're good enough. You're always striving for more. You're always striving for better. And that's why we find it difficult to work for other people, because when you work for someone else, you feel like you're capped. You're not able to grow. And you feel like you're built for more. So you're like, I can do more than what I'm doing here. You're waking up at 9:15 and just dawdling yourself into the barbershop, but you realize in yourself that I'm destined to wake up earlier, hit the gym.
The potential, it's massive. The potential to grow. And that falls back onto what you guys were saying. As Daniel always says, he's like, I've hit a plateau in the gym, this and that. Like when you hit the plateau, it's like, no, there's more space to grow, but you don't know what to do. So you have to change something.
Oh,
So you got to
Vinny D, I like that.
I'm not fucking smart.
That's good. Hey, that's a great quote. That's a good mindset to have.
Yeah, it's true, but it'd be the same thing. You guys will hit a plateau and you're like, all right, something needs to change. We need to come and bring people in or outsource. I don't know. But
Yeah.
for me, it's easier. But my life is so easy, boys. Like, I don't know. I'm really grateful.
Yeah, but
for what I
life
have.
isn't easy for everyone. That's the thing.
This current stage of my life is very easy for me, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But 100%, it's not easy for anyone. That's why I'm grateful and I'm very lucky to be in my situation.
Yeah, you mentioned the word grateful, and we were speaking about it prior to the podcast. While you were on the phone, we were talking about, or he was asking me like, oh, you're doing all this, you're doing all that. I was just like, look, man, I'm super grateful. What's like one of the most things that you're grateful for at the moment?
I think it would be that my parents give me a box to use in my house and I don't pay any rent. And they're fine with people coming in. My mum's laundry is downstairs. She has to come through. She hates it. That's why I'm moving to the garage. But again, they're giving me the opportunity to be in that garage in the first place. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for my boss as well, who gave me the opportunity to start in the shop. And he's taught me basically everything that I've learned. Obviously, I take stuff from him and then I manipulate it into my own kind of style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm grateful for my girlfriend as well.
Let's leave that one in.
Yeah, make sure you drop that one.
She's the best though. She's all good.
You mentioned that Zidane, or watching his videos back in November, was something that really elevated your journey and kind of pushed you onto this path in some way. But I feel like that would have only been like one little trigger. Was there something else that kind of made you think, nah, I need to do it?
I feel like I've just been, this is why I'm also grateful, is because I feel like I've just been streamlined down this path that I'm on. Like I'm not, I've been motivated, but shit's just rolling great for me. Like it's just falling into place. I'm falling into like this shop. My shop is a minute 30 up the road. How have I got a shop? I didn't even look anywhere elsewhere for another barbershop.
Yeah.
I went to my girlfriend's Oztag game. Her mate that plays in her team, her boyfriend was sitting on the side. I chat to him. I was like, oh, what's your name? Noah, da-da-da. What do you do? Or what do you do? Hey, I'm a barber. I just started early days, need a job, like this and that. He's like, I can get you a job at my barbershop. It's in Alawa. I was like, fuck, I'm up the road. Boom, boom, boom. 2 weeks out of job.
Yeah.
Shit just falls into place for me, you know what I mean? But there is a bit of motivation somewhere, but I can't think right now. Maybe if it comes to my mind, I'll let you know. But
Yeah, but if you think about it, you think right now that everything's just fallen into place. But my thought is that you've made those situations available to yourself. You decided to go to that Oztag game, even though it was to go to your Mrs. Oztag game, you decided to go. You could have easily just kept to yourself, been alone, not talk to anyone, but you put yourself in a situation where you were talking to someone that you've never met before. You talked to him enough to find out that he's a barber. You talked to him enough to decide, hey, maybe I can suss this guy out to see if he has any job opportunities. Hey, I don't have a job anymore. Boom, job.
it's
not as easy as,
No, you're right, Bren. I'd say one thing that's helped me a lot was from the beginning, I was like close with a lot of people in the school. Like let's say my school, like my cohort. I don't know how many kids are in a Morris College.
About
300?
90?
300. That's a big.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't have any clue, but I feel
Over
like
100
I
at
cut a lot of
150?
boys. Like, bro, I couldn't even.
Maybe that's a 160 number.
Nah, it's like other people and shit. But I cut a lot of people, like probably 60 people from my cohort.
Yeah.
Which was a big thing. Like I was friends with everyone. So when I started cutting hair, they'd message me. They'd feel comfortable enough to message me and be like, hey, can I grab a cut?
Yeah.
I know you're learning, but I'll come to you. And then they kept coming through. And then I got one that got a whole group to come,
Wow. There
which
we go.
was good. Yeah.
I think the one thing you have to take away from that is the power of conversation. And
Crazy,
we
man.
speak about it all the time. Well, here we go. Here we are. We're talking. We're having a conversation.
We're conversating.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are conversating, Brendan. Well done. Good boy. But the power of conversation is so important, especially in your line of work, our line of work. Just having that one conversation led you to the job. Just having that one conversation with your missus or your mom or your dad made you go, okay, I know I'm doing the right things. I've got to make this next step in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're running your own shop. 5 weeks in, give. But in 5 years' time, you won't look back and go, I regret everything I do. It's like,
100%.
And you'll probably still be journaling.
yeah,
100%. I want to start like journaling fucking every day, bro. Like,
Yeah.
the Dan guy tells me to rank the week, bro. I ranked my first week 2 out of 10. It was horrible, bro.
Yeah.
Did half the week, fucking failed the rest. But it's a slow process. It's like a journey. So
It's a journey.
It is.
It's like little stepping stones. And, something that we believe is very important to any business owner, no matter what career you're in, is your health and fitness journey and what you're doing in that realm. And you mentioned before that, you're hitting the gym, you're pretty consistent with it. You did a roll just yesterday. You're doing calisthenics.
the roll this morning, bro.
today.
Oh, that was today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does your journey look like right now in fitness?
I'm trying to, in fitness, like I try to do calisthenics just 3 times a week, or I do 2 calisthenics, 1 gym with my mate, 'cause, why not? And then I do 3 like football. So I do my own training session, I do the team training session and the game.
Yeah.
So my fitness, I'm not trying to get big, I'm not trying to get huge, I'm not trying to follow like eat 4,000 calories a day. I'm just trying to stay lean, stay shredded, be fit as fuck. And then be like a proper Julian Dabianco influence to like a A-grade team. You know what I mean? Like be a player that not carries,
Sets a standard.
sets a standard and like, just fucking wins. You know what I mean? That's it, bro. We're going for our 3rd win this season, boys. We won 2 comps, took a year off for Europe.
Did you?
We're going back,
Wow.
So we're trying to win it again.
Pretty good.
Yeah. See, it's hard because people come out. Like Danny D, bro, he's playing cracker.
Is he?
Yeah, he's playing really good. He won't say it to you because he can't give himself credit, but he's playing really, really well.
He's a good player.
Where's he playing?
Bro, he's shit. He's like a horse up
What?
front. He's a horse
What do
up
you
front,
mean?
bro. He's got a stallion up front.
He's a gazelle, bro.
He's a gazelle,
He's
but
got the long neck.
We versed these like 19-year-old bankster kids, and they were like, "Bro, how the fuck do we fucking get that big cunt up top?" And I don't know. He's pulled out a goal. Fucking Danny, he's a good laugh. Like, he's actually been in my life a lot more as well. Daniel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like he's been.
So it's
I
a
don't
pretty
know.
fair say that's your brother.
Yeah, that's my brother. But he's been involved a lot in my life after school. As brothers, I don't even know where this conversation came from.
That's all right.
The brothers thing came after high school, I reckon. We didn't even chat to each other for like years in school.
Yeah.
Did you
He
do
was
the
on
same as
he
well?
was on his own path. Yeah, I was on
Yeah.
my own path with my brother.
You don't even look at him, bro. You just like fuck
Nah.
off. I don't want to speak to you.
Yeah.
And then after you become like
A little bit closer.
A lot closer, yeah. Get closer with his mates, which is these boys, and then he's close with my mates, and
Yeah.
so forth. But
So you've integrated your lives in some way.
correct, and that falls back into the clientele as well. I haven't maybe I cut you once, I can't remember,
Yeah.
but Brandon, I cut you a couple of times, Jono, and then we share clients around.
Yeah.
I get my brother's mates, his mates, and then my other brother's mates and his mates. So
There we go.
Create your own little group.
that's it. You just got to expand, bro. That's it.
And that's, again, due to your relationships and the relationships you build, not only with your friends and the people from your school, but it's also your brother as well. And that relationship has set a foundation for every aspect of your life in some way. Yeah.
With building habits around balancing your family, going to the gym, work life, how have you created the habit to, I'm just going to keep going every day. I'm just going to keep doing the thing. Has it just been something that over time you've developed, or?
I feel like I have to. I feel like if I don't, I won't live in St. George in my life. Like I plan to live in St. George. I love the area. I love my area. I love LOI. I love Connells Point, beautiful area, Blakehurst. Like I want to live in these spots. If I want to do that, I know at 23 years old, I have to start my business and I have to grow. I just have to keep going. I feel like I don't have a choice, because then you're going to fall back into what I was before, which was a fucking paycheck to paycheck, person that's not saving. I had no money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a big drive. Like I want to be somewhere. I want to be not financially free, but I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like obviously everyone wants to say that, and you might get to that point and want more. But yeah, I feel like
That's your goal right
that's
now.
that's my push. Yeah, my goal is to just grind, save money, stack the bread, and then
Stack the bread. I like that one.
stack the bread, bro. But that's it. But
So-
how would I relate it to? Would you ask me, Ray, about habits?
Yeah. Like, have you created habits to fulfill your goal now of wanting to live in the area, wanting to run your
Journaling every
business, journaling? Like, journaling is a habit.
Yeah, wouldn't you say like that is the habit? Like trying to get into the habit
And his
of
training
drinking
routine
water,
as well.
the training and the keeping the relationships. Because
Yeah.
doing all this stuff will make you a better person and will push you into the direction of
Yeah.
getting that fucking house in Lakers or whatever.
Yeah, doing all those things.
Correct. Yeah. I feel like it will.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So you really hone in on those habits then.
Yeah, I feel like that's the main focus now. That's what I'm saying. I've got the business set up. Like I've got my clientele where it's getting low key overfilled.
Yeah.
Now it's time to focus on other aspects of my life, balance it out.
You mentioned before that you believe these habits is what's going to help you really grow and grow in every aspect of your life. But I want to know how you would relate these habits to improving your business in that specific, like, how does journaling, going to the gym, training, doing all those things relate to growing your business and your brand?
Well, I think networking, obviously, and then being financially smart kind of thing. Like I want to focus on that kind of habit. That's going to relate to your business as well, right? You're gonna, you kind of wanted to, again, you just want to deep dive into how to run a business and then learn from that. Like I believe that getting chucked in the deep end is where you learn. Like you go into a barbershop, you become an apprentice, you just cut hair, and then that's where you learn, and that's where you learn how to grow an actual
mistakes.
business. Yeah, you make
learn from those mistakes.
Correct, exactly.
So you'd say the biggest lessons have been made for you when you make mistakes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you learn from the mistakes, and there's still a lot to come. Like there's stuff. I'm still waiting for something bad to happen, to be honest, boys, because it's on a good roll. I'm waiting for something to come down.
And what's the biggest mistake you've made so far?
I feel like money. I feel like savings was horrible. Like you have to put money aside for your business, But I was putting money straight into cash. I was straight into gambling, doing this, doing that. I feel like that's like a big mistake that I made that I've learned from now.
Yeah.
But that was like a big one. Savings, financial stuff.
What's the goal for the shop now? You want to obviously build it, seats,
Deck it out, put the lights, put the mirror, wall, glass panel, sliding door, and then outdoor seating.
Yeah.
And then after that would be set up social media. So I want to get a new phone because my phone's out of storage right now.
Yeah.
Get a new phone, maybe get your brother's DJI. I think he's got a good one.
Yeah.
And then just start recording content, man.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with copying trends. I think you should look at what's trending and post it because that's what's getting the most views.
Yeah.
So
What type of content do you want to be putting out for your page?
Bro, funny shit. Haircuts here and there, post your work, but more so just shit that is like this, bro. Just having a chat, having a yarn. I saw one the other day, it was a reel and the guy's dressed up in a fucking morph suit in the barber cape. Just stupid shit like that. I'd rather do that instead of,
this is my cut before and after.
Yeah, I still want to post
still gonna
the
have
work,
that stuff,
but
but
yeah, I
it's
want to
not-
go more into just fucking posting random shit.
Well, that's going to show your personality.
Correct.
And
yeah.
there's a lot of barbers that are good at cutting hair. Most barbers are good at cutting hair. That's why they're barbers, right? But sometimes you go to a barber because of the fact that you'll have a mad chat with them. So if you can show that in your content, then I feel like that's going to, really work wonders.
100%.
What about a barber podcast? Ever thought of that?
Bro, I said that to Ray as a joke before. I don't think I would because I don't think I'm good at this. This is fucking stressing me out. I'm sweating and shit. But
Yeah, but you're doing the exact same thing as when you cut, but you just have mics on.
you're asking the questions. Me as a barber, I ask the questions.
100%.
You mean in the host seat? Because that's what
You're
it'll
the
be
host,
like.
Yeah, because I'm the client, so it's easy for me to reply. Well, it's hard for me, but it's easy for someone to reply to questions.
Reply to questions rather
you
than
ask,
asking
yeah.
questions.
I feel like I'm more the instigator. Oh yeah, what are you doing this weekend? Oh yeah, you're marrying this person. Da, 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 you know what I mean?
You
Yeah,
can bounce off.
I feel like I can
questions.
bounce off that a bit easier.
Oh, perfect. You can run a barber podcast then.
Maybe I'll be the host. We'll see.
I'll be your first guest if you want.
You want to be the first guest?
Yeah,
Right, 100%. 100%. We'll get both you boys on.
Done. I'm keen.
I don't know about spending $2.9 grand on Mike's part. What was it?
No, you can't really use these mics in a barber shop though. It'd probably be more the small ones.
Oh, the small
The
ones.
little
Oh, like
red
that.
mics.
Yeah. The actually,
Because you
someone
would get
wanted to
hair
do
all
that.
over this. That would be a bit.
Yeah, no, 100%. No.
Well, unless you had those like ones that come down, but then I feel like that's a bit weird. Like you're watching a
Just this thing in your face like this.
why are you getting cut? Like, oh, do I turn my head?
The clipper would be too loud, I reckon, when you're doing it.
Well, you get good sound effects.
Yeah.
I reckon you get a pretty good sound effect.
Wait, is there a sound for it?
Yeah, the blue button. There we go. You poof it.
All right, so I feel like in my business journey, there are periods where I feel very demotivated. I still turn up and do the shit, but I feel very demotivated sometimes where I feel very tired. I feel very lethargic. I really don't feel like working or doing anything that day. And in those moments, I really, really focus on the fact that why did I start this? And that's what really gets me to just do it even when I don't feel like doing it at all. Do you feel like you've gone through periods like that? It might not be in your business, but it could be, when you're working at the shop or something like that, going in for that 50th haircut for the week, for example.
Honestly, like, I don't really feel like I have an end goal. I genuinely don't feel like that. Like I was talking to Lucas before about it. It's like, I don't know if I want to go into a shop. I know like the shop has potential. You hire people, they cut for you, you make money off them. But I also see barbering as like a cash business where I can go study something else, go into something deeper and then cut on the side. And I don't know like what I actually want to do yet. So I'm at a stagnant point where I don't have a full vision of where I want to be.
Yeah.
I only have short-term goals, 2 years at least, like work in this, grind the money. I want to get a property. But
Yeah.
I do wake up and I feel unmotivated, but I don't even think like why I started this. I don't even know why I'm here. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I don't even, maybe I fail to see what my vision is, but I'm just going with the flow. And as I said before, like I've just flowed into this point where I'm at.
But then again, you just said
Yeah.
that you wake up demotivated, but you still do it.
Yeah,
Why?
kind of.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Because that's, I don't know.
That's what you got to do, fam.
Yeah,
No,
pretty
but
much.
why?
Like,
Because a lot of people would be like, I feel demotivated. I'm going to call in sick.
I feel like because
I'm not going to do it.
this is what I'm good at. This is like what I've been put to do. Like people like my work. Like this is where I can make money as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm my own boss now, and I feel like it's a bit too late for me to start something else if I didn't rate barbering. If I was stuck in uni I cancelled. I deferred. I was like, fuck this. I'm out of here. It's done.
Yeah.
And then I quit that. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I had hair cutting on the side. I was like, I'll grab that because
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. And then I went, and then I enjoyed it a lot more. I was cutting a lot more hair. And then I went, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to do the TAFE course because I was young. I was 20 and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what my future
They've
was gonna be.
spiraled into just opening up
Correct.
a business. Yeah.
Correct, yeah. So
At least it gives you like a foot in the door in a sense.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
And you
No,
don't
no,
know
like-
what your future's going to hold, but essentially you're becoming a business owner. It won't matter in the future what kind of business that is. You're still an entrepreneur in some way.
Correct, yeah. And that's why I kind of want to dive down it a bit more because it is like a business that I want to pursue, but I don't know if that's going to be like the main.
The main
I
thing
want
in
to
the
cut hair
future.
forever. Like I want to cut hair for the rest of my life, but I don't want it to be my only source of income.
What is one bit of advice for someone that is at the hesitation stage of wanting to start their own business or start their own little venture at the age of 23?
Yeah, now look at like what can go wrong.
Like every possible scenario.
Yeah, look at every possible scenario. Learn the stuff that you will need to learn when going on your own, which is finances, the way people book in.
Your craft.
Yeah, the craft, like perfect your craft before you start as well, 100%. Like make sure you know everything. I don't even know anything. Your brother as well. We still got heaps to learn.
Make sure you know actually how to cut someone's hair.
Correct, yeah.
If you want to be a barber.
Yeah, correct. And it's not the chat, it's not the cut. It's majority the chat and then a little bit of the cut. It's like 60% chat, 40%, give me a good haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, like words of wisdom, I'd say, yeah, just look at what can go wrong, perfect your craft, obviously, and yeah. I'm trying to relate it to like a broad thing, but
it's just
No,
like
that
your
is pretty
experience,
broad.
and that's
Yeah.
pretty broad as well. Like
Yeah.
it's your experience at the end of the day, and like the reason I asked the question, it's a pretty big, deep question.
I try to like that's a good way to put it, right? Because I'm trying to answer these questions.
Yeah,
broadly
no. Like,
Want to talk to
myself, right?
Talk to yourself.
Yeah.
talk to yourself if you weren't running a business and you're still working in a barbershop.
because you did it, you're here now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, look, I looked at the worst case scenarios. I made sure I could give a proper haircut. And I made sure people were obviously comfortable with coming to my house. I'd message them, look, this is the situation. Like you as well, your brother sent a full fucking
Run sheet.
map, bro,
Yeah.
like on how to get there, which is good. That's what you definitely need to do.
That's comfortability.
Comfortability, exactly. Work on that, because people, especially with the clientele kind of thing, you want them to feel comfortable. They're going to stay with you if they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So when you're going, this is the thing I want you to understand, is that you're going through this experience right now because you've done the thing.
Yeah.
And the one thing Chris Williamson, who's a podcaster that Brendan loves, always says, do the thing.
And you've done it.
And you've done it. You're here talking on a podcast about your experience, and it's good. Like, it's good that you want to broaden the scope and broaden what your voice is saying to other people. But you've done it up until this point, and your experience has worked. So if this inspires, someone out
To
there
start their own business,
to start their own business,
I think it's what I was telling Bren before. It's just dive in, learn from your mistakes. Like, whatever the business you want to start is, just do it. Because worst case, you're probably working for someone, you try to start something, you're going to obviously go back to working for someone making money. You can go find another
You're in the
company,
same
whatever.
spot.
Correct, you're in the exact same spot. So
But maybe you lost a few dollars.
yeah, but money will come back, mate.
Exactly.
Money comes
Just
back. So
go back and grind.
yeah, words of wisdom. Dive in. Don't worry about the money will come back.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes. And if it's really not working and you've given it 100%, try something new.
yeah. I think one
I
thing,
like that.
there was one quote that this is a Brendan De Silva quote, and this was back when we just started becoming friends, and he wanted to buy a car. He wanted to buy a Subaru WRX, went all the way out to Whoop Whoop to go buy it. And I go, do you have the
I
money?
don't know this one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I remember the moment, but
I was like, do you have the money to pay for this car? He goes, no, mate, but money comes and goes.
It does, but like, how are you
that
gonna
is
get
so
the car?
stupid.
How are you gonna get the car? Wait, were you at the fucking?
We
thing?
went to see the
Right,
car.
what?
We saw the car. We drove away. Brendan's like, I really like the car. I was like, awesome. Let's,
Get it.
let's get it. Like, for sure. And he goes, yeah, done. All right. I was like, do you have the money for it? He goes, nah, mate, but money comes and goes.
Were you saying
That is
that?
such a stupid quote.
Surely you were saying that with the intent the money was coming in later on that week or something.
Yeah, like if I sold my car or something.
Yeah.
Something else would have worked
I would have had to sell my car or do like a bit
Yeah,
of
to
magic
get
here
it
and there. Yeah.
Straight away, quick money. Did
Yeah.
you end up getting that or no?
No,
Yeah, fair enough. Fuck.
because I listened to Ray.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, if you don't have the money, then
Don't
you have
get
to
it.
work towards getting the money to then buy it.
And I'm glad I didn't because I was an idiot back then,
Hmm.
especially with the way I drove.
It's hard, but no, like with opportunities, like at certain times with money, like now the stock market's down, like I just took money out of my account and put it all in because I feel like it's the right time to do it.
Yeah.
So timing would be a big thing as well. No?
More money, more problems, they say.
As in
Yeah.
timing with running a business.
Timing, yeah, timing running your business. If you have the financial, that's another thing as well.
I
With-
have the financial ability to do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct. And also have money to fall back on. That was a massive thing that shit just comes through later. But my parents, when I asked them, they were like, make sure you have 20 grand. My mate even said it, like 20 grand, put it aside. So if shit does go wrong,
Got a safety
you
net.
you got a safety net and you're going to be like unemployed. So enjoy those unemployed couple of weeks before you start work again or start the business again, because you need to put money in.
That is that
money
does
out.
make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do say to have at least 2 months or something of expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's about 2 months,
Yeah.
maybe more, hopefully. But some people, yeah.
If you were to watch this video in 3 years' time, what's some motivational wisdom that you would like your older self to watch?
Bro, make sure he has that fucking house, bro. Not like a house, but like have a property. I definitely want to have a property in the
Yeah.
next 3 years.
Yeah.
Whether that be with my missus or by myself, I don't know.
But have some property on your name.
100% have some property on my name.
And some land.
Yeah, correct.
Sydney?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, not necessarily. Have property, whether that
An
be
investment
like
property.
yeah, investment. Like Jono's got the Gold Coast, right?
Yeah.
So something like that. If I have that,
Or
or
it could
something,
be one in Croatia or Italy or something.
I don't know about Croatia or Italy, but you might need a passport to get one there. But
You need a citizenship.
yeah,
to
you
buy
need
a
like
house.
citizenship or some shit to get one.
Can you
there,
get
but
them?
I probably could. I don't have them at all right now, but I probably could.
That was
Love it.
good, bro.
What, the pod?
Yeah.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Shit, bro.
Thank you guys for listening to this week's episode of the Evolv Podcast.
Brendan and I have loved having you throughout this whole podcast. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if friends are interested, share it around.
Yeah, make sure you share and tag us on your Instagram posts, and I'll see you soon.
See you guys. Little boogie to finish.